A perfect invisible zipper should almost disappear. Want your invisible zipper to look this clean? Next, I'll show you 2 different methods for sewing an invisible zipper using 2 different presser feet. In the first example, the zipper is sewn along a straight seam at the back of the dress. In the second, the zipper crosses the waist seam, and this is where many people struggle to get a clean, perfectly aligned finish. For this tutorial, I've added a seam to my sample to represent a waist seam, like the one you might have on a skirt or a pair of trousers. This way, I can show you how to install the zipper while keeping both sides perfectly aligned. Choose a zipper that's slightly longer than you need. You can trim off the excess later. For the first method, I'm using a one-sided zipper foot. This isn't a special invisible zipper foot. It can also be used for other applications, such as sewing piping. It comes in left and right versions, so I'll switch the foot depending on which side of the zipper I'm sewing. For the second method, I'm using a special invisible zipper foot. It has 2 grooves underneath that guide the zipper coils and help keep the stitching close to them. Each groove is used for one side of the zipper, so there's no need to change the presser foot. I'm going to show you how to sew an invisible zipper using these 2 different presser feet. Before sewing, gently press the zipper coils outward to open them up slightly. This creates a clear path for stitching close to the coils. Be careful not to use too much heat or pressure, as this can damage or distort the zipper coils. Open the zipper slightly and place it right sides together with the fabric. Leave the seam allowance at the top, then pin the zipper in place. Close the zipper, then mark the seam line and the end of the zipper on the zipper tape. Open the zipper and make sure to secure it with pins at these 3 points. And make sure to secure the zipper with pins at these 3 points. One important tip: use at least a 1.5 centimeter seam allowance for the zipper so it aligns with the zipper tape. A little more is fine, but don't make it less than 1.5 centimeters. Here, I'm using the right side presser foot. Position the foot right next to the zipper coils and start stitching where the seam allowance ends. This is where the zipper stitching ends. Backstitch here to secure the seam. Once you've sewn one side, close the zipper and transfer the seam line and the end of stitching mark to the other side of the zipper. Open the zipper and place it right sides together with the fabric. Match the marks you made and secure them with pins. Switch to the left side presser foot, then start stitching where the seam allowance ends, keeping the foot right next to the zipper coils. Now, let's check a few important details. Notice that the stitching doesn't go all the way to the top. It starts after the seam allowance. The seam lines match exactly at the marks we made on the zipper, and the end of the stitching also matches the end mark. Now look at the finished result. The seam lines match perfectly, not even a millimeter off. The stitching is straight and even, with no gap between the two edges. The zipper is so well hidden that you can't even tell what color it is. Turn the fabric to the wrong side and sew the remaining seam below the zipper. This step is important for getting a smooth finish without any puckering or bulging at the bottom of the zipper. Match the two fabric edges precisely and pin them together. Using the one-sided presser foot, start about 5 centimeters below the zipper and stitch upward toward it. Here, I'm using the one-sided presser foot because we need to stitch as close to the zipper as possible. It allows us to reach right up to the zipper stitching and create a smooth connection, helping prevent any bump or puckering at the bottom of the zipper. Once these few centimeters are secured, switch to your regular presser foot and finish the rest of the seam. And here's the finished result. There's no puckering or bulging at the bottom, the zipper is completely hidden, and the seam lies smooth and flat without any stretching or distortion. The zipper also opens and closes smoothly. If the zipper is too long, leave about 5 centimeters below the end of the stitching. Trim off the excess and finish the cut end neatly with bias tape. Now, let's move on to the second method, using the special invisible zipper foot. Place the two fabric pieces right sides together, carefully match the seam lines, and secure them with pins. Mark the zipper opening on the fabric, down to where the zipper will end. Sew the seam down to this mark using a long stitch length, around 4. At this point, backstitch to secure the seam, then continue sewing the rest with a regular stitch length. Keep the seam allowance at least 1.5 centimeters to match the zipper tape. Now check that the fabric pieces haven't shifted and make sure the waist seam lines are perfectly aligned on both sides. Press the seam allowances open. Position the beginning of the zipper teeth just after the seam allowance and secure it with a pin. Place the zipper over the seam, align the center of the zipper exactly with the seam line, and pin it in place all the way down to keep it perfectly centered. Now, pin each side of the zipper tape to just one layer of the seam allowance and repeat on both sides. Mark the seam line and the end of the zipper stitching on the zipper tape. Now, temporarily stitch the zipper tape to the seam allowance. This is just to hold the zipper in place, not the final stitching. Check that the seam hasn't shifted and is still perfectly aligned. Now you can remove the temporary stitches we made at the beginning. Open the zipper as far as you can, then pass the zipper slider through the opening to the back, and continue opening the zipper all the way. Then, using the invisible zipper foot, start stitching one side of the zipper. The center ridge of the foot sits right next to the zipper coils, while the coils run through the right groove. Start stitching where the seam allowance ends. This foot is very easy to use. Once the zipper coils are properly positioned inside the groove, the foot guides them smoothly for a clean, even stitch line. As you reach the end, keep the zipper straight and continue stitching in a straight line. Sew the other side in the same way. As you can see, the zipper coils fit perfectly into the left groove of the presser foot. Make sure the bottom of the zipper also stays straight and aligned. At this point, you can remove the temporary stitches that were holding the zipper in place. If the garment will be lined and the seam allowances will be hidden, you can leave them. Otherwise, remove them for a cleaner finish. And here's the finished result, just like with the first method. The seam lines are perfectly aligned, the zipper is completely hidden, and the seam is smooth and flat with no puckering or distortion. And the zipper opens and closes smoothly. For the excess zipper, leave about 5 centimeters below the end of the stitching. Trim off the rest and finish the cut end neatly with bias tape. 2 different techniques, but the same goal: a clean, perfectly hidden zipper. Personally, I prefer the second method. I find it quicker and easier to get a clean result. Which method do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. You can use these techniques on many different garments, from skirts and dresses to evening wear and bridal wear. A clean and visible zipper can make all the difference in the final look of your garment. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.